Awesome, awesome. Thank you for coming to MK Close Up. I'm so excited you're here. My name is Pam Garner, in case it's not showing my name. And we are so excited that you're here or that you're watching the recording. This is an event that I just felt like the Lord told me to put together. Can somebody admit the people that are trying to get in, please? That the Lord told me to put together to educate people on product and to give our consultants and our clients and our friends and family of those consultants just some Mary Kay faves. So at the end, there's no closing sheet. You're not buying anything from me. If you're a guest of a consultant, anything you want, you fall in love with, you're going to get from her. Okay. And as a friends and family consultant, sometimes if someone's in, they're like, they want to be in for the discount, they don't mind making a little extra money, but they may not feel as equipped to they may use 4 or 5 products and be in love with those, but they may not feel as equipped to talk about everything. So that's what this is for. So you're welcome back every month. We do it live twice a month, and then we have the recordings available in between. You can have up to 5 guests each time we have it, which I love because you know your mom, your sister, your best friend, your Sunday school class, those people that in your world are going to be looking at your skin going, what are you doing? You say you can come. So we're going to talk about a lot of things tonight. Now, let me just tell you something about myself. I love this product. My vision is that you as a consultant or a client look and feel like $1,000,000 with this product as the vehicle. And I hope that it tells on my skin that I love it. I think there's a combination that's perfect for you. Skincare is, you're going to hear me say this on everything I do, but skincare is customizable. It is not one size fits all. So it's important that you know that because there's no way we could throw something at you and it be the perfect mix. In fact, one of the tools that I'm just a nerd and a geek, and so this is really up my alley. But I one of the tools that I love is the Mary Kay Skin Analyzer app. So if you go to your app store, Android or iPhone or iOS, it says Mary Kay Skin Analyzer. If you've not done this, I want you to download it. Don't download it now because stay with me. I'm going to say a lot in a short period of time. I want you to download it. And when you take your face off tonight, scan your face. It's biometric. Scan your face in good lighting, like the bathroom, and it'll have several pages to the scan. Sometimes people just see the first scan. So it talks about texture and lines and has like a faded out where the lines are purple and it has, it's not, it can be a little, but we have the fix. And then it's going to send you a long product list. Don't freak out. It is kind of a long list sometimes, but your consultant, or in the case if you are a consultant, your director will help you fine tune it, helps you fine tune that and start the perfect recipe for your skin. So that's our vision, that you look and feel like $1,000,000 with this product as the vehicle, with the least amount of products for the most amount of results in the least amount of time. Now, you'll hear me talk about a lot. As I started to say, I was raised up north. I was actually raised all around the world. I'm a military brat, but mostly up north and overseas. And I talk really fast, but I got this accent. So if you're like, I have no idea what word she just said, then just type it in the chat for after and I'll make the Greek make sense. So we're going to go over my faves and the general public's faves. You'll hear me say a lot, oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. I do love it all. Now, obviously, for example, my skin is not extremely dry. I would say I have normal skin. I used to be off the charts oily. So I'm not going to use the products that for extremely dry skin. But I will tell you with each step of the way what you want to use and why you want to use it. But the great news is when you get through with this, you're going to get a text about 10 minutes after we stop. And you're going to get a sheet. Sometimes it'll ask you for your email for the link. Don't think you're signing up for some spam list. You're not. It's just to access the list. And it's going to have a checklist, like a personal use checklist for you that you can just screenshot or save to your phone. And so you can use it to make your own order. So let's talk about the first things first. I am a skincare and anti-aging girl, and I'm going to show you some fun color. And I do love color now, but honestly, given left to myself, I would wear the same 3 eyeshadows for the rest of my life if I didn't do this, if there were access to these things. I am an 11 minute in the bathroom girl. The reason I don't straighten my hair and haven't for a lot of years is because I live in Louisiana, first of all, let's be clear. Even when I straightened it and went outside, it was curly again. And I don't have to do as much. So I can just like, and go. but I would take the time for skincare and anti-aging because we have the skin that we create. The good news is, if you're sitting there and you think, I have not taken care of my skin, skin grows from the inside out and sheds off the outer layer, so it's never too late. So, my grandmother was the best cook. And she used to have this when she was alive. She had a pie recipe. It was the base recipe. So every pie she made, it was like homemade, not like in the box. Like you put the ingredients in and make sure it doesn't curdle and all the things. Like if you've never made a pie. And then she would just change it based on whether it's chocolate or lemon meringue or, coconut or whatever. I can't think of a pie. I'm not really a sweet girl. So she would change it. Well, that's what skincare is. It's the basic recipe. And then once you get that scan done and we choose one of your sets, the things you add are need specific. For example, if I had a magic skin wand, then I said, I can wave it across your face and I can change or improve anything you want about your skin. Put in the chat, just type it, don't talk, because we're being recorded. So I want to make sure we can, stay after it. Put in the chat, what would you change about your skin? The 1, 2, 5, however many things. When I started, my skin was horrible. So I would have changed a ton of things. And then when we finish recording, I'm going to go back and I'm going to answer those. Well, the first thing we're going to start with is a skincare set. Most often it's going to be a repair set, unless you're a teen or a preteen. And then we have you do not want to use actives on your skin if you're a preteen or teen. It will damage your skin barrier and it will mean lots of aging later that you can't prevent. So it's either the Miracle Set or the Repair Set are going to be your basics. Now, the Miracle Set is a great starter. It's a great place to start if you're starting anti-aging, it's beginning, or if maybe you have always had great skin, but your goal is to keep it that way. So you just want to start with the basics. It's got a cleanser. It's got a day and a night product, like a nighttime recovery and a daytime defender. And then it's got an antioxidant moisturizer that has no sunscreen in it. We do have a mineral sunscreen available. I recommend you use sunscreen every single day. And if you're sensitive to chemical sunscreens like I am, I have psychosensitive skin, then we have mineral available. So it's great. We've got the options. The next thing is the repair set. The repair set is if maybe you want to reverse some either self-inflicted or chronologically inflicted damage, then you might want to choose the repair set. Now, one of the things you need to know about us, and I'm going to tell you a few facts about how we work. We're manufactured in Lewisville, Texas, in our own manufacturing facility. It's called R3. It's state-of-the-art, zero landfill, one of a kind in the good old USA. And it's important to know that we have doctors on staff. The only time we use an outside dermatologist is if we're collaborating, and so we want some outside data to go with our data. Every product that we run through gets tested over 500,000 times before we release it to the public, and we follow European Union standards. Now, why is that important? Well, the European Union is, if it were comparable, it's the same type of organization in Europe that the FDA is in the United States. That's the only place that they are similar. The FDA bans in the United States bans 13 ingredients in the cosmetic, skincare, and anti-aging industry. And the European Union is always changing. So I'm going to give you a ballpark, but it's anywhere between 1,500 and 1,600 ingredients. So 1,500 to 1,600. You can see why we follow the European Union. Simple things like our oil-free eye makeup remover is completely oil-free, because in the United States, the FDA allows you to say that something is oil-free if it has up to a certain amount of oil in it. The European Union does not, and I think that's valid. The other thing you want to know is, because we have doctors on staff, in fact, our chief scientific officer, Lucy Gilday, is killer in the industry. You can Google her if you want to. It's Gildea. And we have over 1,600 patents in Mary Kay in skincare and anti-aging. Our products can be integrated. So say, for example, you were using two really good brands. Let's say ZO and Chanel. And you had a ZO cleanser and a Chanel moisturizer, and you had just bought the Chanel moisturizer. Well, and you had some irritation. You're going to think it's the last product that you added. the Chanel moisturizer. It most likely is not. Most likely what happened is the chemicals in those two products that were not meant to be used together reacted and caused some irritation. Probably independently, you could use that product and use their line. The difference with us is we are made, yes, to be used together, but our doctors make our lines integratable. For example, I use a little bit of the Miracle Set, a little bit of the Repair Set, a little bit of the natural line, and have made my perfect skincare. That's what's so amazing about working with a personal consultant. You do not want to do that in another line because you will have a breakout. So with us, we get to truly, it's the height of customization. Well, your Repair has a foaming cleanser. It has a serum called, we lovingly call Spanx for the face. It's for this youth triangle here. And it's to lift, firm, tone, luminosity, all the things. Has a day cream and a night cream. The night cream does have encapsulated retinol in it, not the kind of retinol you have to ease yourself into. We do have that. I'll talk about that in a minute. So if you're nursing or pregnant, we sub that product until you or not until you're through nursing with a product that doesn't have retinol in it. And then an eye cream. Now with the Miracle Set, it doesn't come with an eye cream because we want to customize that. Most often you're going to choose this one, but we do have several options. And if you're 20 or over, your answer is yes, you need an eye cream. Those areas have no oil glands, zero. So you see environmental things here and on your neck and on your hands and arms fastest. So this is a Repair Set. So we'd start there and then we'd go to need specific. Now, one of the things that's so popular, I lost my clock. I was like, had to look down, is glass skin. And the Koreans, if you ever hear the term K-beauty, the Koreans have the edge on all things beauty. They are who we run with. You know, you always want to run with the big dogs. You always want to have the highest level to go to and to rise to. And so we have that K-beauty look available. This Thursday is one of our 2 or 3 Hydra sessions we do online. So if you have not attended that, you can come and bring as many guests as you want. You're not limited to 5. And that's where we teach you how to have glass skin. Now, what is glass skin? It's that luminous, youthful, dewy, soft as a baby's booty look. And we get it in 3 basic steps. The Repair Set, which you saw, and we can use the Miracle Set as well. You'll hear us talk about both Thursday. You just ask your consultant how to make a reservation for that. And then the charcoal mask and the peel. Now let's talk about those 2 things really quickly. The charcoal mask is positioned in our Clearproof line, but it's for all skin types. It has activated charcoal, eucalyptus. It smells like peppermint, but it's not peppermint. It smells so good. When this comes in a box, even if you just ordered one, your whole box smells like that, like a spa. It has, as I said, eucalyptus, honeysuckle, rosemary, all these extracts, plant extracts. And then it has the proprietary ingredient. I always think we cannot patent a navy bean, but we can use the navy bean extract because we have it in a bunch of our products because it has an extreme brightening agent. Not lightening, not bleaching, but brightening the finish of your skin. Well, that's in this as well. In fact, it's the first thing I noticed the first time I used it. This is to detox your pores. So you hear us on the Hydra session talk about cleansing your face and then doing this, skipping the eye area, and doing it at least 1 or 2 times a week. If you have oily or combination skin or you have problems with pore enlargement, I definitely would do it twice. If you're drier and you haven't noticed any pore enlargement, you could do it once. But it literally detoxes, vacuums out your pores. Our pores can hold 7 years of debris. I know. It's crazy town, really. But you'll watch it either turn dark in the areas that you're oilier or lighter in the areas that you're drier. You'll watch a little white dot happen if you've got a pimple or you've got some bacteria that's under there that's trying to form one because it's going to detox that. And then you leave it on about 20 minutes. You want to put it on fairly thick and then wipe it off with a warm, saturate your face and wipe it off with a warm cloth. So that's the first step after you cleanse for glass skin. The second step is literally in my top 3 other than the skincare lines, my top 3 favorite products we make. Now, we call it the peel. Its exact name is, in case you're looking on your list when you get it afterwards, Time Wise Repair Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. I know, We just call it the peel, you see, because it's long. Now, you are not going to peel. If you go to an esthetician, one of my very best friends in the world is a functional medicine doc, and she also owns a Medi Spa. And they use glycolic acid, which is what's in this, for their peels. And you can have less intensity to extreme intensity. And with all of them, you're going to do anything from slough off, like flake off, to literally peel sheets of skin off, depending on the intensity, for 2 to 3 weeks. And then when it's revealed and you're done, it's like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful, fresh young skin. But who has 2 to 3 weeks to like? I told her, I said, who does that? She said, I know, right? We deliver ours in a marine botanical, so there's no downtime. So literally after like you would do your charcoal, or, if you were just doing it, you want to do this twice a week, because not only is it instant, but it's compounding. It's a texture game changer. Like you can literally feel how soft. But a chemical exfoliant, we have a great physical exfoliant. It's microdermabrasion. I use that every other day, and then I use this on the off days. And a physical exfoliant will slough off the surface of your skin. Think of it as like polishing. But a chemical exfoliant not only gets those surface cells, but it goes down to the ones that are kind of stuck together. And they're the ones that your pores end up being clogged, because they're under the surface a little bit at least. So it gets rid of those. So the first time you use it, you can feel it, you can see it, but the moisture products and serums that you use after, your skin receives them better rather than them sitting on the top of your skin, because your pores have been cleared. Literally, you leave it on for 10 minutes, skip the area close to your eyes. Definitely do your neck. We have a picture we'll show you on the Hydra Session Thursday. You have a girl that when we first came out with it, she's a director friend, used it for 8 days in a row on her neck, and it's like, whoa, baby. And so that sold me. I was like, sold. And wonderful product, glycolic peel. Okay, so that's the glass skin. You literally could do that and have fabulousness. But you probably want to add some fun things like these two things. Tell me in the chat if you like a double cleanse. We used to have facial cloths. Now, facial cloths in themselves are not bad. It's that we can't be at home with everybody and keep them from doing like this and damaging their skin barrier. So we decided to start using a micellar water, which is like pre-cleanse. So you would do your eye makeup remover, which I'm going to tell you about in a second. Then you would take another cotton round and you would put this on and cleanse your face with it, and then use your cleanser. So it just lets your cleanser do the work instead of just the surface work. I never skip this. This is like, and a lot of people that have husbands that are like they work outside, they'll have them start using this as well as the eye makeup remover, and I'll tell you why. This eye makeup remover, tell me in the chat if you use this, because if you ever use it, you will never not use it. So you shake it up, you make it cloudy, put it on a cotton round, saturate your eye, and then wipe gently, and it comes off. In fact, it comes off so well, you'll think, are those my lashes? No. Um, but it's gently, so it keeps more of your lashes. You don't shed as many lashes. One of my customers swore she was growing lashes. I was like, it does not grow lashes. It's completely oil-free. My friend who is a lash technician, it's the only one she will recommend people use because it is completely oil-free. And it also takes off waterproof. But the other thing it does is it gets rid of lash mites. Now, we said that for years, and finally I asked one of my consultants who was in ophthalmologist school, and I said, ask your attending doctor this. And she did. She asked him, and he said, how do you know that? And she was like, I'm in Mary Kay. He said, oh my gosh, I made my wife get a Mary Kay because she had lash mites forever and we couldn't get rid of them. And that got rid of them. And I was like, okay. Sold again. What lash mites are is if you Google them, they're nasty. If you've ever noticed an itchy lash line or a place where you had like a gap in your lashes, it's because they burrowed right there and you just didn't get all of your makeup off. That's why a lot of guys have started using that. Not that they're wearing makeup day to day, but if they work outside and they're grimy, the wives will have them start using eye makeup remover because it gets all the gunk off. So definitely 2 products you want to add. Okay, I think this is the one that oh gosh, I don't know what I just did. These are our hydrogel eye patches. If I showed you before and afters right now, y'all, it is like, you'd be like, okay. Now these are, it's like a salad for your face. They're basically plant-based, cabbage and raspberries and broccoli and, things. Hydrogel means well, you probably know what that means, but it's water suspended in a gel matrix. And so I have a lot of food sensitivities. And when I wake up, a lot of times I'll have like puffy right here, like it looks kind of oldish. And I'm like, I'm really proud of my skin. I don't want to look oldish. And so I put them there, fix my hot tea, have my quiet time, and voila, it's magic. We have lots of our girls that wear them to Carline, dropping the kids off, to the gym. They're just amazing. And you can use them as many times a week as you want to. And they make a cutie gift, like a girlfriend gift, because they wrap up so cute. And now we're not talking TJ Maxx, y'all. I love me some TJ Maxx, but we're not talking TJ Maxx. We're talking high-end eye patches. So normally you can only get 4 to 6 pairs for like $40 to $50. There's 30 pairs in there for $40. So gift yourself, gift your friends, all the things. Okay, let me show you some fun color stuff. I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay with time. These are our compacts. Now, all of our compacts, I've got fingerprints all over this. It makes me crazy. Is anybody that person? OCD? Our compacts are all refillable. And I love it because we get to, again, customize them for you. Now, I call this one the Mac Daddy. It's the skinniest. They all open. If you try to open them down here, you can eventually get it, but it's hard. But if they open on the edge that has the logo. This one does not have a mirror in it because if we put a mirror in this one and you dropped it, it would cost you a lot of money to replace all your product because this one will hold everything. Now, this is my travel one. It's got a highlighter and a bronzer and a pressed powder and some shadows. I would put my blusher in there, but I'm about to show you what I do with my blush because I love blush. I may not wear but 3 eyeshadows the rest of my life, but I love blush. And so this is called a Compact Pro. It's not really called the Mac Daddy. That's what I call it. So that's a Compact Pro. This is the middle size one. Wait, let me show you this little one. This is a little baby one. I love this so much. Now, this is kind of my basic eye look. So it's packed for travel. So if I'm just going on a 2 or 3 day trip, then there you go. Super easy, good to go, tiny, doesn't take up much space. It's also cute if you've got a teen that's just starting to wear makeup. You can put a blusher and just a pale highlighter shadow in there, and she's got her own little look. So cute. Okay, this is called a blush brick. Now, this compact is the one with the mirror. That's nasty, sorry. I have a blush brick in here. Now, what a blush brick is, in your shade, like I'm a warm girl, so if you're cool or warm or whatever, you would put 3 blushers and a powdered highlighter in there so that it's a makeup artist trick. So you can sweep across it and you can get whatever it is you want. But you also can take this compact and you can put 6 shadows and a blusher and a contour. You can put 12 shadows. It is literally customizable for what you want it to be, and your consultant can help you do that. And I love it. And again, it's the one with the mirror. Okay. If you live in the South, maybe not just if you live in the South, but then it is time. If you don't, I use these all the time, but if you don't use them all year long, it is time to start using these 2 products. This is our foundation primer. I love this product. I never skip it. I put it on, I put my last moisture step on, which I'll tell you what that is in a minute. And then I put this on, and I like it because it's like literally clear. It's not dry, it's not oily, it's just soft. If you've ever painted and you had to prepare the wall, like spackle it, fill in the dents. That's what it does, but for your face. And so it keeps your foundation on. And then when I finish my makeup, I use this finishing spray, shake it up, spray it, and it's like hairspray for your face, but not sticky. And it has 16 hours of staying power. I will tell you, I don't know how well you can see me in the Zoom if you're on your phone, but the only thing I did was put some lip stuff on, and I had a place where I rubbed part of my eyebrow off. I fixed that before we got on screen since 6:30 this morning. So if someone tells me my makeup is not staying on, my foundation is not staying on, I'm going to tell them it's probably not your foundation. It's probably your skincare, because your makeup game will never be a 10 if your skincare isn't a 10 first. So now our foundations I love. We have a CC cream. It's so good. It takes so little though, y'all. If you use it for the first time I used it, I had enough for my body. And I didn't like it because I had too much, but all of our foundations, even our powder, takes so little. Our Silky setting powder is like a filter for your face. It's like you walk around with a filter. But this CC cream is shade spanning. And some people, if they like a really full coverage, they'll do that first, and then they'll do our full coverage Time Wise foundation. And it's just flawless, but it still feels like the thing that we get the most about our foundations is it feels like they have nothing on. But that's because our foundation is made to be a part of our skincare. You can tell the difference. If you've ever worn a foundation that was made just to cover, it literally feels like almost like, I guess, a mask. But if it's made as a part of a skincare, it will feel light. Like you'll think, like somebody recently told me, one of my customers said, I need it to feel like there's more on. I'm like, well, that's not going to happen with us. We might have to send you somewhere else. So, okay, let's talk about this. Wait, comes in a box of 4. This is a K-Beauty mask. It's a biocellulose mask. I got to talk fast now. I've got 6 minutes. If you didn't think I was talking fast before, this is a web mask, you know, where it has the webbing, you take the webbing off and then you press it and then you take the other piece of the webbing off and you leave it on. Like you can, like, you know, it's viral now. You can sleep in them. I always leave mine on at least like a movie's worth, you know, like if I'm watching a movie at night or something like that, or, you know, YouTube or something, I'll leave it on until it's just got no moisture left. And then I'll take it off. It's for luminosity. It's for firming. It's for moisture replenishing. Your skin will look even more glass skin. Use one a week. You will be hooked. Biocellulose. Okay. Next thing is 2 of my favorite brushes. This is our fluffy powder brush. Don't you just love a good fluffy powder brush? I don't even want to tell you. I'm not gonna tell you how inexpensive this is. What you have to remember is, especially with our brushes, because our set of brushes that looks like this one comes in there. It has like our cheek brush, which is angled, which everybody's obsessed with, or the fluffy powder brush, and 3 eye brushes. Comparably, if you bought them over the counter, they'd be anywhere from $250 to $325, and that set is $56. Now remember, you buy from your consultant who buys from the manufacturer. We are not a multi-level. We're not network marketing. We literally are a B2B business model. And so that's why we can keep our prices low. We only have a price increase when raw materials go up. And I love that. I love that about us. I love us. So the next brush I will tell you is my favorite foundation brush. Now, I love our liquid foundation brush. This one is called, weirdly, it's called a blending brush if you're looking for it. But it's very dense and it gives you like an airbrush look. I don't know if you can see it. So I just barely put any foundation, blend it. And then my daughter said, Mom, you don't need as much foundation. I said, I don't. She said, no. So I did what she told me because she's 25. Then pencils. We have waterproof pencils. I just put them here so I'd show you. We have a full range of eye and lip pencils. I love that they're waterproof. I cry when I'm happy, mad, sad, glad, all the things. So if you're like me and you need a waterproof eye pencil, you got it. And then waterproof lip pencils. I literally have a waterproof lip pencil and a little bit of lip gloss as my lippy tonight. Okay, Clinical Solutions, and then I'll close with that and some body care. Clinical Solutions. Clinical Solutions is our line of dermacosmetics. Used to, you could only get actives with a prescription. So hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, resveratrol, ferulic acid, niacinamide, PHA, AHA, all of those things. If you're like, what is she talking about? These are where the need-specific things come in. So if fine lines are your deal, we've got vitamin C, plus resveratrol. In fact, if vitamin C is an option, always say yes to vitamin C. For deep level moisture on a cellular level and to protect your skin barrier, we have hyaluronic acid plus ceramide. That is one that almost everybody uses. We have 4 boosters. You're not going to use 4 unless you're me, and I'm obsessed with the boosters. You're not going to use 4. You'll use 2 usually, or 3. And it depends on, like, if you're pregnant or nursing. The PHA, AHA, which are polyhydroxy acid, alpha hydroxy acid, are for resurfacing like pure retinol is, but you can't use retinol when you're nursing or pregnant. And then the niacinamide is the #1 trending ingredient. Now, niacinamide is for brightening, but it also has an acne superpower. So when you use it twice a day for 2 weeks, the acne fighting kicks in, and it's amazing. It's the only active that I would recommend an older teen use because actives are going to damage their skin barrier, but in this case, it's an acne helper. And then we have oh yeah, I said them all. Okay. The other thing we have in that line is pure retinol. If you are 20 or over, say yes to retinol. It's a time reversal, helps get rid of acne scarring, helps it's just crazy what it does to your skin. You can look at somebody's face and tell if they're using retinol or not. And if it's available, the difference with us is we slide you in over an 8-week period and desensitize your skin so that you don't have any, like I, as sensitive as I am, had no reaction with our retinization process. This is the newest addition to our Dermacosmetics line, previously only available clinically. It's called Dynamic Wrinkle Limiter. It's 76% as effective as injections. So no hating on injections. If you're an injection girl, it'll help you extend the time so you can save some money. And if you're not an injection girl, you might not have to be, because it's for the dynamic ones from facial expressions like here, 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 and here. And then here and below, we have a deep wrinkle filler if you have issues around your lips that we can help with. You know, what do they say? The best wrinkle is one that doesn't form. The last thing I'm going to tell you is about our body line. I use our entire satin body line. This is the scrub. So there's a wash and a scrub and a lotion. The scrub I use on my arms because I am 20 through. If you don't know what that means, you're probably in your 20s. But I use the wash and the scrub, and then when I get out, I use the Time Wise Toning Body Lotion, key word being toning. And I like it because you can put all of our lotions on freshly shaved legs and they don't burn. And remember, I'm 11 minutes. If I leave the bathroom, it's not happening. And so I put this on, and then I put our nourishing oil right on top. Our nourishing oil is for everything. It's for the tips of your hair, for your cuticles, for your face, for your body. You will literally pet your arm. It's so soft when you add it to your body lotion. But I take a dropper of this as my last. This changed my face. If you'd have told me I was putting an oil on my face a year ago, I'd say, you are crazy. But I put a dropper of this as the last thing I do on top of my last moisture step at night. And then in the morning, I put about this much as my last moisture step before I do my foundation primer. And your skin, we tend to dehydrate our skin because we're so scared of like oil products, which ours are oil free. But even my oily skin girls are like, okay, my skin is less oily, because when we hydrate our skin, we lower our skin's activity that causes it to create more surface oil, therefore be more oily because we're dehydrating it. So when you can hydrate it with this type product, you create less oil. I know, right? So just trust me, I dare you to try it. And it is heavenly. And it's what gives us, like Crystal, even like she'll take it a little bit on her hands after she does her face, and she'll do like that because she has super dry skin, to give her more of that glass skin look. Okay, I am going to stop the recording. And we will answer all your questions. Thanks for being with us, guys. Stay on if you want any answers.